Now lastly, we will generate our main function. So as you see below, I do not have a defined main function as um, it is assumed that you have already ran all the code above. The code that you need to run will be converting the videos to images, as you can see here, and then importing our IDs, implementing the net, um, implementing the definition get outputs, and lastly, implementing the definition display box. Now we'll have some global constants here. So the width height is 320 because I'll be using the files for 320. The confidence threshold is set to 50%, which is 0.5. The NMNS threshold is how many number of bounded boxes you see on the screen, and that is set is to 0.6. For the font, I'll be using Hershey Simplex. And for the colors are randomly uniform generated. And the colors use RGB, which has 3 channels, so 3 values. And RGB also has 256 values for each, so 0 to 255. And the size will be the number of class names, which is 80. Now the path file will have the file to our frames. So it would just be content star dot star. And this function here, glob.glob, and then the path file basically gets all the files that are inside content. And it does so because of this star.star. Basically, it ignores these folders since they are not files and they do not have dots. Now this function sorted with the OS path get time basically sorts these frames in order, since glob.glob will originally give you an unsorted file list. And lastly, the frame size is set to 0.3, and that will just be the size that it displays. So for all your files, I will just print the frame file, or sorry, the image file name. Then I'm going to get the frame, and I'm going to resize it. Then I'm going to use my algorithm above. So this definition as well as this definition to output my boxes and my text, and then I'll show the frame. So when I run this, so this is the first frame at 000, and it basically shows the frame as well as shows the boxes. And since I have 358 frames, it's gonna output all of them. So I'll be back. Just remember that the video I recorded was 12 seconds and we have over 300 frames. So in this frame, as you can see, this is classified as a TV monitor, which is fine, and this is my laptop. Now if I just scroll down a little bit, you can see that it also captures my second monitor. And if I scroll down a little bit more, it captures this as a book and this as a bottle. This is actually not a bottle, it's a lamp, but in the image it does look like a bottle, so that's fine. Now if I just keep going, it classifies this as a dining table, which is fine. And then sometimes it classifies my calculator as a cell phone, but that's acceptable since there's no Cocoa name that has calculator, and this is a cup, so that's good. And sometimes the calculator also sees it as a remote, or so the algorithm sees the calculator as a remote. in some cases. And if I scroll down a little bit more, then I have my keyboard. If it, yeah, my keyboard. And then lastly, if I keep going, sometimes it registers my mouse, sometimes it doesn't. And for some reason, it registers this as a chair, which is incorrect. So yeah, if you just want to edit um, one file instead of all of the files, you could do that, and I'll show you how to do that. So you just have to comment these two out. And then now I have to unindent this since I'm no longer using the for loop. Now let's just say I want frame 24. So I'm just going to copy the path. And then I'm just going to do this. Okay, and then that should be fine. So everything else should work. So if I run this, it'll just do frame 24, which is this image here.